This cool metal claw is being controlled by a servo motor, one of the most common ways of achieving movement in hobby electronics builds. They are relatively inexpensive, very precise, and provide a pretty high amount of torque for the usual 5 volts they require. And I want to use one of these as the mechanism to drop balls one at a time into my pitching machine. And a servo usually only requires 3 wires. Brown is typically ground, red usually takes 5 volts, and orange is usually a signal that needs pulse width modulation from something like an Arduino or a comparable microcontroller. Pulse width modulation is basically a controller sending a signal in waveform, and there are 2 important variables. There's time between cycles, this is called your period, and then there's time it spends at 5 volts, and this is called your pulse. So this that's drawn here might be about a 50% duty cycle, but if you were to go to a wave that looked like this, you'd be at more like a 75% duty cycle. Something that looked more like this would be about a 25% duty cycle. And a device that listens via pulse width modulation is able to turn that into 25%, 50%, 75% movement commands. So in total, I need a claw with a servo motor driving it and an Arduino to command it with pulse width modulation to be either open or closed. And then I want to use a proximity sensor to detect when a ball is in front of it and open, and then once it drops the ball, it'll close.